Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Unschooling Lifestyle. I know you are expecting a conversation with Tory, who is the author of the book, The Magic of Not Fitting In, but I am here to tell you a very interesting story, and it's a little bit behind the scenes. But first, I'd like to tell you that the episode is available on YouTube, and Tory's recommendation is to turn the volume down, grab a cup of your favorite drink, and just read the captions and see what comes up for you. The other option is to go to our blog at theunschoolinglifestyle.com, and the transcript will be posted as a blog post. Thank you very much. I know this is quite unusual actually to send you to a different platform to listen to the podcast, but here's a little bit behind the scenes that happened. So, and in all honesty, I don't really know what happened. We recorded and then I edited the podcast, which is it sounded fine, honestly. I did edited the podcast at different times and it was published. And when I started listening to it again from the published version, like from Spotify and whatnot, and it was hard to understand. It was hard to hear Tori. I knew what she was saying. So I was coming really from my recollection of listening to the podcast through the editing process. I think if it was the first time that you were listening to it, it would have been hard to understand. So it really was not the best version of the audio. To produce a podcast from beginning to end, it's roughly about 20 to 25 hours of work. And our conversation was close to 2 hours, and it got down to I think it's like an hour and 40 minutes. I didn't really cut down a lot because it all felt so powerful from the different topics that we cover from her book. We cover the autism diagnosis, dealing with the school, how the school shifted once Tori suggested a different approach. We talked about cacao. It really was a powerful conversation. So I had a lovely chat with Tori, and we both kind of share our experience. It just felt good to share the process, what was happening, because what happened to me yesterday was that I was actually grieving the episode, like the loss almost of the audio version of the episode. And I was driving home from the airport and I was like, what am I going to do? I listened to the episode again, but I knew again, if you were a new person coming to this episode, it would not be a good experience for you. And I was like, okay, so it really dropped in. The intuition, the spleen was like, okay, you have to take it down and leave the YouTube version. And then you will record audio telling people what happened. And it was just really such a profound moment of wisdom. And as people say, the spleen is very quiet and it only speaks once. And it was very, very nice to be able to ask the question, ask for guidance, and receive that guidance. And I was like, okay, yeah, I think that's it. So here I am. Tori and I talked about this decision, and we both agreed that this was the best choice for this conversation right now. It's so nice to collaborate with people that are so gracious and so understanding of what happens behind the scenes. And I really love that. So I want to take a moment to thank you for being here and for listening to our podcast. If you're new, thank you for taking time out of your day to be here. If you are a person that comes back to our episodes, I can't thank you enough for spending your time and energy into listening to our podcast. We produce the episodes as a complete solo person. I do everything. I do the scheduling, I do the editing, communicating, all of the socials, but I truly enjoy the whole process. The whole process is such a beautiful experience. And every episode, it's a learning experience. So, once again, thank you so much for being here. Our next episode is going to be about human design and unschooling and how it has worked for us and how I think it can help you if you're struggling, if you're new to unschooling, homeschooling, or if you are just thinking about a new way of life with your children. Honestly, I find human design as a perfect tool that goes from within. Thank you once again. Please go to the YouTube version of Tory's episode and let me know what you think. If you listen to this, I'm very appreciative of your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And please remember that your time is precious. I hope you're making it count. Thank you once again and see you soon.